Welcome to World of Formula One. Today we're going to talk about Carlos Sainz, as he seems to be a pivotal figure in the 2025 Formula One drivers market. His decision will influence many teams, especially in the lower half of the grid, and the current status for Sainz when looking at the teams, there is no potential seat at Mercedes. Kimi Antonelli is going to take that position, it looks like. Red Bull is likely to extend Sergio Perez's contract at least for 1 year more, ruling out a reunion with Max Verstappen, at least for now. Sainz hasn't signed with any team yet. He has been talking with a lot of teams, but this is causing a standstill for every single driver out there waiting to get picked up. The potential teams for Sainz: Williams and Stake F1 Audi. They seem to be the strongest contenders for to sign Carlos Sainz. I would go for Williams if I were Sainz. This is because the uncertainty of the Audi engine coming 2026. We have no clue what's going to happen when they come in. I think the Audi is going to need a couple of more years before they are going to be in the strong top team contender place. We have Haas and Alpine as well. They have held talks with Carlos Sainz, but they are less likely to secure his services. Fortunately, I think Carlos Sainz is going to go with Williams, but it's going to be a battle between Audi and Williams to get Carlos Sainz. That's going to be the biggest thing. When looking at the team-specific drivers market then, let's go into Haas, for example. Haas, they have a lot of names linked to them. They have Esteban Ocon, they have Zhou Guanyu, they have Valtteri Bottas, they have Yuki Tsunoda, they have Oliver Biermann to replace Nico Hülkenberg. So they have a lot of things going on. I know they're talking to a lot of drivers and they don't know what they're going to do yet, but it looks like Oliver Biermann is going to be one of the team positions next year. He's going to replace Nico Hülkenberg. They don't want to drop him. They think he's a great after his two stints in Formula One this past year, 2 years, he has shown that he can drive a Formula One car better than Logan Sargent. I can say better than Logan Sargent. There is an uncertainty around the second seat though. Is there a young driver coming in? Is there an experienced driver coming in? We know that Kevin Magnussen is not going to be considered an option anymore. He has done his thing in Formula One. He has raked up 10 super license points. If he gets 2 more points, he's going to be getting a race ban, and that's a huge deal for Haas. He has shown very bad racing, what would you say? On-track performance has been bad from him. Hülkenberg is topping him every single round. He never breaks, he's always in front of him. The dilemma thing, early involvement in the market, waiting for a cheaper deal, we'll see what happens. Everything is linked to Carlos Sainz when it comes to the market, drivers market. At Williams, performance setback this season is active. Unfortunately, they had a huge performance setback, but they are climbing back. They have upgrades coming, especially for the Canadian Grand Prix. The Canadian Grand Prix will bring a lot of huge upgrades for Williams. I believe they will become more and more a strong contender for being a top team in the coming 1 or 2 years. I believe within 2 years time, Williams will be a good top tier team, especially now when they signed a deal with Mercedes to go with the Mercedes engine for 2026. I believe that was one of the things that made Alexander Albon stay at Williams. They have retained Albon for a couple of years. The other top candidates for Williams, as we have talked about a little bit, Valtteri Bottas and Carlos Sainz, I think they are the top ones. Then you also have Esteban Ocon. Ocon has been talking to Williams as well, especially now when the drivers market is up and it's heating up. Let's say that. Let's put it like that. We know that Logan Sargent, he's going to likely be out. He's not going to be in Williams anymore. I think he's leaving Formula One, to be honest. He needs 1 or 2 more years, if to never return, to be honest. Again, he has other sports to go to. He did a good stint in Formula 2 and Formula 3. He has shown pace, he has shown strong driver racecraft, but in a Formula 1 car, Logan Sargent is not as Alexander Albon. Looking at Alpine, they have also had a performance decline this year. They are potential bottom of the pile finish all the time. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon initially seemed secure in the team, but both of them are looking at other teams in the drivers market. Ocon's position is uncertain, especially after Monaco Grand Prix. He has shown way too much road rage compared to his teammate Gasly. what he did in Monaco Grand Prix towards Gasly was a bad thing. It was a very bad thing, not only for his career but for the team as well. We have some other candidates that are interesting for Alpine. We have Bottas again, we have Zhou, we have Jack Doohan. Jack Doohan is the current reserve driver for Alpine, so I think he might get a position next year. We're not sure yet. Do they want an unexperienced driver for next year, or do they want two experienced drivers going into 2026? We know that Jack Doohan can deliver somewhat, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see, especially when Carlos Sainz signs that deal. Whatever deal he takes, he needs to sign it. Let's look at Stake F1 Audi team. The Audi team is coming in 2026. We know that Nico Hülkenberg is secured. He secured him for 2025 already. Andreas Seidel, we know that he's aiming to sign Carlos Sainz, but Carlos Sainz is still wavering in his decision. He doesn't know what to do yet. He is looking at all the options. We do know that the financial offer from Stake F1 is substantial to Carlos Sainz. So Carlos Sainz, if he wants more money, he might go to Audi. If he wants more reliability with having a good car coming 2026, I think he needs to choose Williams. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see when he makes his decision. We know that Sainz is seeking a leadership role in a competitive team. Will he get a competitive team with Audi? We don't know yet. Nobody knows. But they do have alternative candidates. They have been looking at Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda. We know that Yuki Tsunoda wants to more or less leave Red Bull because he's not being considered for the other Red Bull seat next to Max Verstappen. And that's pretty sad because Yuki Tsunoda has been delivering race after race after race. If I'm not mistaken, he has had point races. These past 3 races have been 3 consecutive point races for Tsunoda. So I think he's going to do well in the coming years, especially if he leaves the V-Carb team, or if the V-Carb team gets better than the Red Bull team. Well, you never know what the upgrades they might do. The timing dilemma of this whole thing though is that who will decide first? Will Carlos Sainz decide first? Will Audi decide first? Audi or Sainz? We don't know. Will they say no, or will they say yes? Will they say no or yes? We have no clue, but someone needs to make a decision soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, I hope you subscribe. Please do comment and tell me if I need to do anything in a better way, talk in a better way, put other information in a better way. I would appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Wonderful day. Goodbye. Peace out. Love you all.